I have no idea what I'm doing, and I'm finally okay with it. If you're feeling lost in life, then this story might make you feel a little less alone. Everyone expects you to have a plan, but what if you don't? And that's okay. Some people say, jack of all trades, master of none is a bad thing. I say it's superpower. Hear me out. Hey everyone, I'm Sarthak Kathuria and welcome back to my channel. I know some of you have been following my journey since I started posting on YouTube, but I'm back here again and I'm hoping that this time I'm able to be consistent and keep bringing something new for you guys. But hey, I hope that you've all been really well and I've been doing fine. Life's been bumpy. But today I want to share something that I don't usually talk about. My own journey in my career, and I know so many people around me that I talk to have been struggling about finding their path or finding their calling in this world, and they really struggle mentally to figure it out. I just want to talk about my journey so that I can inspire you in some way, if at all, and give you an idea. So if you are someone who is feeling lost or unsure about what you're doing in life, I think you'll be able to relate to my story as well. And that even after trying everything that I've done, I still don't think I've figured it out. So I did my bachelor's in commerce from Yale University. When I started with my journey in commerce, I decided that I will do extra things around it because I knew that it wasn't my path from the very beginning, but I wanted to pursue a degree because I wasn't sure what I want. I went ahead to study commerce and I was like, I will figure it out. That's how it is, right? Didn't think too much about it. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to do something particular. So I didn't want to take that risk of spending 4 years doing a professional course and hence commerce. Anyway, in my first year of college, I also enrolled myself into a certification or like a diploma program at NIFT Delhi, and I studied fashion from there. It was a 1-year program. So every day I used to go to my regular college in the morning, and then the classes at NIFT used to happen in the evening. So I used to travel all the way every single day, 5 days a week. Yeah, it was quite hectic for me, but that was something that I was doing for my passion, for exploring my passion actually, to explore what I really wanted. That is something that I was interested in, and so I wanted to give it a try and studied for a year and figured it out. So no harm, right? So I did that. I met so many amazing and talented people. I was the youngest one in my class, so it was great to learn from people who were older to me, who were more experienced than me. While I was doing it, I also was a part of the Photography and Filmmaking Society, because guess what? That was something that I was interested in as well. So, of course, for 6 months I was a part of that society. Eventually I had to step out of it because I wasn't able to give it time for obvious reasons. So from the very beginning, my journey has been quite everywhere. Like, I want to be here, I want to be here, I want to be here. Like, I wanted to try everything. I was super curious. So after pursuing my 1-year program in NIFT, I decided that why not use all that knowledge that I've gained to be a part of the fashion society of my DU college. And that's when in my second year, I joined the fashion society of Shri Guru Gobind Singh College of Commerce, which is named iVogue. At that time, I entered to take the creative lead, designing the garments, to styling, to helping with the choreography. It was quite interesting for me. I started with just taking the creative lead and ended up also modeling for the shows and being a part of the modeling team as well. And that just opened up another dimension for me because I had been a part of stage performances during my school time, and I absolutely cherished all that time. Being it dancing, being it theatre or plays, I used to do it all in school. And performing on stage in college again, it just brought back this fire or that light within me that this is what I was missing. I loved performing on the stage, and it was just a very beautiful time. Eventually, in my 3rd year of college, I was titled as the president of the society. All that responsibility was now in my hands to handle the whole team, prepare the new production piece that we would be showcasing in the fest season, which by the way used to span for like almost 6 months, 4 months at least. And we used to just be performing every other day in multiple colleges, sometimes even 2 colleges in a day. So you should just be running around and Yeah, it used to be crazy, but the nice kind of and the fun kind of crazy. Also, a lot of politics, a lot of drama amongst teams, a lot of fights. I met quite some nice people through that journey in my fashion society days. Also, I really want to add that a lot of people think that fashion societies do not have much to do. They just walk the ramp, wear their heels, and that's it. But trust me, guys, there's a lot that goes behind the scenes. There is a whole idea or a concept that is built.
Then there is the choreography, the way people will enter, the way people will exit, the way they will stand on the stage.
So it all is something very creative, how you compose the whole performance, I would say. So amongst all of this, I also decided to work side by side in fashion design, and I started working with a women's wear label in Shahpur Jat. It was run by a friend who I met during my NIFT days, and she was my classmate. The whole idea was that I wanted to gain more experience and understand and use my time to explore and keep exploring different things. And so I did that for close to about 6-7 months along with my college. I finished my 3 years in Delhi University, and I am clueless now. I didn't want to sit for any placements because commerce was something that I didn't want to do. And clearly, I was gravitating more towards the fashion side. So now the question was, what do I do? Where do I head from here? I had no plans. With all these different things that I'd done, with my experience of designing clothes, styling, and also my experience of choreography for fashion shows that I used to do as a part of my fashion society, all of these things were the skills that I had basically learnt. I started utilizing them to take up freelance projects. I did some pageant work for 2 pageants where I designed a national costume, and I also helped with the styling for another. And then I also tried my hands in styling for TV commercials. I started doing that, realized that it's not something that I really want to do in the long term. And then I started also doing creative direction for fashion shows, handling the whole choreography, the kind of music that the models will walk on, how will they walk, and the whole composition on stage. So basically designing experiences for the fashion show. Since I was doing it with passion, the output used to be really, really nice. And I was privileged enough to, work with one of the best hair and makeup artists in India. And the shows that I did were done in such big stages, including City Fort Auditorium. Even that journey, doing such big shows with like thousands of people coming to watch it, it was scary a little bit to make sure that everything runs smoothly, that the whole experience works in accordance to how you've planned it. Yeah, I think at that time it all made sense because all the experience that I had in Delhi University was all coming to life now. I also started my own fashion blog where I used to write about my personal style. I used to get the photo shoots done and everything. And it was way before people started becoming influencers on social media or on Instagram. So this is what I was doing while still trying to figure out what is it that I really want to do. While I was doing all this freelance work, I also started acting. Yes. You must be thinking, this guy, oh my god, where does he stop? Even I don't know, man. That was what I was feeling is so wrong, and I still do sometimes. But it didn't stop me. I enjoyed being on the stage, and I enjoyed being in front of the camera. So I started hustling in acting as well, because why not? And yes, I did some music videos, I did some short films, some digital commercials. I was trying to apply for creative jobs, decided to apply in multiple places. I was hit with the sad reality that people don't really take you seriously if you don't have the degree, which has changed over the years. I decided that I needed a proper creative degree in something that, will give me more credibility and will help me explore more about myself and my creative instincts. So this took me to apply for NID, which is National Institute of Design. I applied for it, I gave the entrance, and I cleared it. And that was another beautiful journey that I had, although it was interrupted because of COVID in the middle. But I was able to spend 1 full year in the campus, living that life. And there's a whole vlog series that people still come up to me and tell me that they have seen those and they really like, because they were trying to start their NID journey, and it gave them a good insight into how it feels like, how it is to be a part of NID. So that was my way of documenting my journey there. So my specialization in NID was more towards lifestyle design, and it again was a very, very vast area. Helped me work with multiple materials, exploring beyond just fabrics, worked with wood, worked with metal, ceramics, and also I got the opportunity to create my own material as a part of my course. So that was even more interesting. And the whole course that I did was quite interesting because it felt like it was made for me. It attended to so many different areas that after completing it, there's a whole world that opens up for you. This was something that I wanted for myself. I wanted to broaden my horizons. I wanted to explore more. Because if you've made to this video so far, you would know how much diversity I kind of have already practiced in my life before this. So as a part of our NID master's degree, we need to complete a graduation project, like a 6 months project that you need to do, like an industry project. I did that. I got that project with Asian Paints in their trend forecasting segment, where I had to, help in translating the trend insights into products, actual products. It was very, very interesting. And while doing this project, I received a full-time offer from the company, and that's what took me to Mumbai. So for the last more than 3 years, I started working in the area of furniture design, and I was living in Mumbai. I realized how life takes you to places which you do not expect to go to, because Mumbai is that place which is like a haven for actors. And I wouldn't have imagined going there without having, the security of a job, because, surviving in Mumbai is another task altogether. I lived there for 3 years. I hustled my way through, going and auditioning. It's a new city. Nobody knows me there. So it takes time to keep visiting these casting offices, going to people, telling them you exist. Hey, it's me, Sarthak, cast me. These are my profiles, all of that. So it took me quite some time, at least 6 months, to make people aware of me so that they can consider me for any auditions to begin with. So it's another journey altogether, which I might talk about in another video. But yes, moving to Mumbai gave me a fresh perspective. It was difficult for me to juggle between hustling, attending workshops for acting while handling a full-time job. When you're actually passionate and you're curious to do different things, then I think you're able to find that time for yourself. So even in Mumbai, I was attending dance workshops. I was attending acting workshops, improv. I also tried my hands at improv for quite some time. All of these things were something that were fulfilling my artist side of the brain while I was working in design. So it was somehow balancing very well for me. Even though for some people, they used to wonder how I'm doing it, how I'm not really resting per se. But it is therapeutic for me. I really enjoy doing it. That's been my journey. But coming to the point, and the whole purpose of me telling you all these different aspects that I told you about my journey was that even after doing all of this, I am still not sure where am I headed. It used to bother me sometimes, and I used to feel like, I need to have a particular path. Look at that person, look at this person. And I know a lot of you right now are going through something similar, not sure what you're doing in life, not sure where you're headed towards, really uncertain about the future. Trust me, you're not alone. And it is okay to not know where you're headed. The universe works in ways that you don't know. All you need to be is curious. All you need to do is to keep trying and to keep putting yourself forward and putting yourself into places which you find remotely interesting. And that's what I do. And that's what I've been doing. And somehow things start making sense for you. So if at all you are figuring things out, if you're wondering if I should try this, if I should try that, but it doesn't make any sense if I'm doing this particular thing and then I start doing this other thing, what will people think? What will people think? लोग क्या कहेंगे? लोगों का काम है कहना, कहने दो उन्हें जो कहना है. You do your thing. You shouldn't really care about what people will think. That is the one thing that you need to stop worrying about, because it is your life at the end of the day and it has to make sense for you, not for the other people. So that is one thing that you need to really put out of your head, because if you don't try, if you don't stay curious, if you don't step out of your comfort zone, you won't be able to find that right path, because you never know, you might not have even stepped on that path yet. You are thinking that you have stepped on one particular path and that's the journey that you need to take, but maybe your journey is not supposed to be on that path, and if you don't try other paths, you won't really get to know what is meant for you and what is suitable for you. There's this idea that people have that you need to master one thing to succeed in life. Well, it might work for some, but I personally believe in the idea of jack of all trades and master of none. And you know what? They have lied to you about this proverb. They only talk about the first part of it, which is jack of all trades, master of none. And it's looked at in a very negative light. But the actual saying is, jack of all trades, master of none, is oftentimes better than a master of one. And this is exactly what I revolve my journey around. So if you're someone similar, don't be disheartened, don't feel overwhelmed. It is totally okay. I personally believe that going into the future, where the future is so uncertain with talks about AI and how AI will be taking over jobs and other things, I think it is any day better to be good at multiple things than to just master one, because if you've mastered one thing which is going to be taken away from you, if at all AI grows that big that it's able to take away and steal away our jobs, you won't have anything else to rely on. When you have multiple areas that you have tried your hands on, you have a better chance of surviving in these uncertain times. And so it is a good thing to try your hands in different areas. Be aware of different industries. It could be similar, it could be different from each other, but trust me, any learned knowledge, it never goes waste. It somehow works out for you and it helps you in the long run. So if you're someone who's feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or unsure of what they want to do, remember, it's okay to not have figured it all out. Take it one day at a time, explore what sparks your creativity, your curiosity, and build your own version of success. Don't get fooled by the idea of what success means for other people. Find your own, because you might look at the other person and try to imitate them and follow their footsteps and be like, oh, I should also do this. But it's about looking inside you and figuring out what you like, what makes you curious, and just going ahead with it and giving it a try. That's all it takes. So I hope that this video was insightful, useful in some way, and that I'm able to bring a positive impact in the way you look at things. So do share what you feel about this in the comment section below. I'll be back soon, and I'll be talking a lot more about different things related to design, acting, my life, my thoughts, also things that I would love for you guys to suggest me for the future videos that I'm gonna do. There's also an Instagram page that I've started where I talk about the future trend forecasts. It's called Trend Naka. It is basically like a cross section between culture, lifestyle, fashion, and spaces and interiors. If you like something like that, do follow me on Instagram. My handle is given below. If you want to follow my personal journey, I've also provided my personal handle, which you can follow and see my acting journey, my design journey, and my daily life. I will try to post more often now. Keep yourself subscribed to the channel. Press the bell icon if you want to. No pressure. But yes, keep smiling. See you soon. Take care.